Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hello, everyone. How are we doing today? Hopefully, we are doing well. Hopefully, everybody is doing well. I wanted to share a clip that I saw. It's only about 30 seconds. And I'm going to share it without interrupting it. But there's a lot to break down, even from that 30 seconds. Women today just do not have any value for the marriages and the commitments that they say that they want. They swear that it's the men that don't want to get married and they don't know why. And they put the blame in all types of areas, anywhere from challenging the men's sexuality to saying that the men just don't like the women, to saying that the men have commitment issues, or they're broken, or they're not mature enough for a relationship, or, they're looking to, or that the men's standards are too unrealistic. And so therefore the women are not good enough because of the way that the men want the women to show up. But more often than not, the women do not like to recognize the part that they are actively playing in what men see as a useless endeavor to be married in this day and age, in this country, at this time, in this climate. Because when you voluntarily break up your marriage without any real reason, you're not willing to go through anything, that sends a very bad message. I want to talk slightly, I'm going to touch on something, because men jumped on Michelle Obama for part of a statement that she made about not liking Barack for a period of time in a marriage. Not really vibing with him, not really feeling him. And I listened to that entire statement, that entire segment where that statement came from. And I understood what she meant by that. See, people were focused on, well, she said she didn't like her husband, but they not focused on the result of that, because she didn't file for divorce. As it stands at the recording of this video, the recording of this live stream, Barack and Michelle Obama are still married, which indicates that regardless of her unhappiness, she didn't jump the gun to go get a divorce. Neither during his presidency, nor did she wait until after his terms were over to go and jump and get a divorce. Their children are grown. So what that indicates to me, at least as an outsider looking in, is that she did not put her feelings over and above the marriage itself. She actually did what women are supposed to do. the duty of your marriage outweighs and outstrips how you feel at any particular given time. Now, from what she continued to say is that they got over that. They resolved the issue, or you know what I'm saying? It was something to work on. It was something to do. Because when you are in long marriages, there is going to be times where you don't like your spouse. That don't mean you don't love them. It don't mean you want to leave them. It doesn't mean you don't want the marriage. It means that whatever is going on, we got to work through that. And I might not like you during this time period. During this little season here, you getting on my nerve now. But I still love you and I still want you. I don't want to do life without you just because you getting on my nerve. Because you can't tell me for all the people that didn't like what she said, are y'all willing to tell me that after 10, 15, 20 years of marriage, 30 years of marriage, that a husband always like his wife? He always like her? Is that what we saying? Because a husband is not always going to like his wife. However, he's going to, most of the time, put the duty over his feelings. He has a duty. And he may not be feeling her, but he's still a husband. It doesn't mean he doesn't want his wife. It doesn't mean he doesn't love her. It doesn't mean he wants a divorce. During my first marriage, there was a very long time I did not like that man. I didn't always like everything that he was doing. I didn't always like the situations that we was living in, and none of that. And I attributed it to him, and I didn't like it. That didn't mean I didn't want to be his wife. That didn't mean I didn't want the marriage. That didn't mean I didn't love him. And I'm pretty sure if he was alive to today to tell you that there was a time when he didn't like me either. I'm pretty sure. But he never pronounced a divorce. We never separated. We never quit each other. So actually, what Michelle Obama was describing is what a woman should actually do, because there may come a season in your marriage where your happiness is not the top priority, and you may not necessarily be in this euphoric state of mind. But that doesn't mean you throw your husband away. You don't throw your marriage in the garbage. You don't throw people away because there's a time period where things may get difficult. What you do is, that takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of communication. It takes grace given through from both people to each other to figure out why are we going through this season in our marriage, and how can we get to the other side of that? Because I do love you with your old big-headed self. I do love your stanky self. You old stank booty. But I love you though. You dangling on my last nerve, but I love you. So you don't throw your marriage away because you felt the way. Because had she thrown her marriage away during that time span, I guarantee you she would have regretted it after she got over whatever it was that was going on. After she got over it, she'd have been like, you know what? I genuinely, royally screwed up because I still love my dang on man. And I want him. It's the same thing that Tia Mowry is going through. It's what we are jumping on Tia Mowry's head for. Because she got into a season of where she didn't feel this cloud nine feeling with Corey. This happens in long relationships. I need people to understand that, particularly the women. I particularly need the women. The longer your marriage go, the more chance it is that you are going to get into a position and a time period. It don't have to be 10 years like Michelle. It could be 6 months. It could be a year. It could be whatever. And you're going to not like, you're going to look at that man and you're going to love the ground he walk on. And you're going to be like, I could just thump you upside your head, boy. It's going to do it. The key is that you have to get past that point without throwing your marriage in the garbage, without ending the marriage, without throwing your vows away, without throwing people away. And we are in a time period in this society where we like to throw folks away no matter who they are or supposed to have been in our life. So I'm going to share a very tragic video of a woman explaining how the enemy gets into a woman's head and gets into her mind and convinces her to throw her marriage in the garbage. She's going to explain to you very clearly. Like I said, it's only 30 seconds.
We were together for 15 years. We were married for 7. It was a beautiful thing, and we still had, like, you know, the normal ups and downs. But I will say we didn't have a relationship where we argued all the time. Yeah. We didn't have a relationship where we were dealing with infidelity or stuff like that, you know, during those times. We didn't have that type of relationship. So, because we were friends first, you know, so it was always like, that's my homie. It was just something in me as a woman. I cannot explain it to where it was like I was battling myself.
This is not even the full clip. Hold on. I thought I thought that was a full clip. She explained it. So now I'm going to have to, hold on. Then I lost the clip. I lost the clip. I can't believe I lost this clip. Anyway. because I can't find it no more. I'm mad. I'm really angry at that. But I'm going to try to go on. For those of you who have not seen that clip, that same lady that I showed, she was explaining how she was battling herself. She was explaining how she kept trying to figure out why was she growing so distant from her husband, whom she claimed to love. She was talking about the battle within herself as a woman. Why is it that she doesn't feel so close to her husband? Why is it that she doesn't feel, quote unquote, safe with her husband and all of those sorts of things? And then she ended off saying that there was, like she said, she went to therapy. She said that she started trying to go to church and getting more in tune with her spiritual self, until finally her and her husband were having conversations. She said because they had conversations about this multiple times. And she said one of those conversations, she was speaking with her husband, and she said, quote unquote, God told her that that was not her husband and that she should not be with him. And so the reason that she was unable to connect with him anymore and have the emotional connection with him anymore is because, quote unquote, God told her that that was not her husband. And when I heard that clip, I instantly got mad about that. That ticked me off. First of all, God does not tell nobody. God is not the one to break up a marriage home that you heard from her mouth. Did not include abuses, did not include infidelities, did not include arguments, fighting, or fussing. So all of those heavy-handed, overarching, overt things that will tear down a marriage was not present. This goes back to what I was talking about in the other live when I was talking about it's the small things that break your marriage. And people wanted to push back with me in the comment section, but I know what I'm talking about. When I come here and I talk about being married, I know what I'm saying. And you can take it or leave it. But I'm not coming here to both blow smoke up nobody's butt or talk in circles or talk in riddles or this, that, and the third. It be the little nitpick, it be the chip away that break your marriage. Let me talk about the fight that's within her, because it is a fight that every woman go through. I do not believe that men have this internal battle in the same fashion that women do, nor into the same intensity. And the reason why I'm saying that is because women are chaotic within our nature. We want to do what we want to do. For the most part, men are orderly in their nature. They like to set up systems. They like order. They like things to be structured and at least in some type of fashion. The women in general, all the women, lionesses, hyenas, whatever, all the women, because we are female, chaotic energy is feminine energy. There is nothing we can do about it. It is what it is. We are designed to disrupt order. That was the whole design. The whole design. Now, that propensity to do it is not necessarily bad. That is just the burden of women. That is just the burden of our nature. Men have their own burden of their nature. It is up to women and men to control and check nature. The only way to check it is through spiritual connection with your creator. That is the absolute only way to check the chaos. It cannot be destroyed. It cannot be eradicated. Thinking or asking or wondering if women can ever just not be chaotic at all, you need to dead that. It's not possible. It's not possible. And anybody that don't like that setting need to talk to their creator about that. It is a constant battle within the hearts and minds of women to deal with our chaotic nature in such a way where it does not destroy, so that it is not destructive. Only the Most High give us the strength and the tools to utilize in order to help it not be destructive. Okay? That's the only way. The battle is all day, every day. Men don't have that battle, and it should not be minimized, because that's a hard-fought battle. The checking of our chaos is conscious. Okay? It is not on automatic. It don't run on automatic. It is conscious. Every moment of every day, we decide to check the chaos. It is a decision. This is why lionesses are so special. Because the difference between a lioness and a hyena is the hyenas do not check it. Lionesses check it consciously all day. And even with that, there's no such thing as we aren't gonna do it. That's actually a part of the femininity that men actually like. Y'all like femininity, but you can't have it without our nature. Just like we can't have a man's masculinity without his order. We can't have it. It comes with the territory. So God would never tell you that absent these critical things that you should now break your marriage. Because if that's not your husband, if quote unquote God told you to break your marriage and that was not your husband, did he bring your husband to you? Did he give you your husband? Or did you have to go into the street as single? Let me explain something else to you. 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 Let me And I need the men to hear this. I need the men to hear it. When women have these thoughts and these feelings and all of that, it don't be having to do with no man all the time. That's actually not as common as you would think. There's not some man in the back pocket that she waiting on. See, the shaitan is not concentrated on bringing her another man to cheat with. He's concentrated on breaking up the marriage. Whether she ever get another man or not, he don't care. He's concentrated on infiltrating her so that she can initiate the breaking of her marriage. Whether there's a man she cheating with or not. You understand? There's not always some man around that she trying to get to. I need men to understand that. The purpose is to break the marriage, period. And to not only break the marriage, but to do so unjustly, without any just cause to do it. That's the point. The point is to get her in spiritual trouble by unjustly initiating a divorce with her husband for no reason, which then puts her in a position to now commit fornication because she's not married anymore. Tia didn't have a man. And we know she didn't have a man waiting on her because she don't got one now. So there was no man. There was no man. There was no man. Tia wasn't after any particular man or cheating on her husband with no man. She wasn't cheating on her husband with no man. But what she allowed was all of that other stuff to cloud her spiritual judgment, and she allowed it to cause her to make a decision that she now regret, and that she's more than likely not going to be able to come back from, as in getting back with Corey. And so many women do this. And the reason why we are seeing more women initiate the divorces is because there is much, much less connection, just in general, in the society to a spiritual value. Nobody's connected to the Most High. Nobody's connected to their Creator. So the fear and the reverence for the Creator is not present in order to allow her to prioritize that. See, even when I refer back to my previous marriage, even at times where I did not like the situations that me and my husband was living in and all of that type of stuff, the thing that stopped me from trying to initiate a divorce from him was Allah. And may I mind you, I would have been in my Islamic rights to do it. For all the stuff that was going on, I actually could have technically been in my Islamic rights to ask for that divorce. I could have asked for it. However, several things. My duty for the vows that I took outweighed my feelings. And what I started doing was, what I do in this marriage, I will not do it for him. I'm doing what I do for the pleasure of Allah. If Allah is pleased, it's fine. I don't even do this for him. The duty that I do in my marriage is not for my husband. He'll benefit from it. He'll like it. He'll cherish it, but it's not for him. Because my reward comes from the Most High. My reward is from Allah. My reward is not even from him. This is the ultimate importance of the connection to your Lord and your spiritual connection. See, too many women putting all of this attention in places that it don't need to go. They're doing things so my husband can do this thing. But if my husband fails to do this thing, or he doesn't see that I want him to do this thing, or blah, 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 or he stumble, or he don't quite make it, or he don't quite, now you're mad with him, and now you feel like the things that you're doing is not, you know what I'm saying? Like it's no point in you doing it because you're not getting, quote unquote, what you think you deserve out of doing that from your husband, when the reality is that he can't reward you. He'll benefit from it. And the same from the husband. The same from the husband. I will benefit as his wife from all the things that he do, but he's doing it for the pleasure of Allah. He's not doing it for me. I'm just the beneficiary. The reason why you do it for Allah is because sometimes your husband gonna fall short. And then what do? The reason that you do what you do for the pleasure of the Most High is because all fall short. He gonna fall short sometime. He ain't gonna always get it right. He not gonna always, there's no perfection. There's no perfection. There's no perfection. Sometimes your husband gonna get it wrong because he a man. He a human being. He is not your Lord. Okay? He is not the Lord of the heavens and the earth and everything in between. That is not his position. So he got false flaws and all kind of stuff going on with him. So when I sit here and talk about the order of men and system order structure, his leadership, I am not telling women that the men must be perfect and perform perfectly all the time and that they're always going to perform perfectly. And at the moment that it's not perfect, this is when you have to rethink. No, that's because I ain't never said that. I ain't never said that. The same thing with a lioness. For all of the things that I say about a lioness and how dope we are, and we dope, we are. We ain't gonna always get it right. We just not. You're not gonna always like our reactions. We're not always gonna have the perfect patty, responses to everything. We just not. We're not going to always know the perfect words to tell you. We're not going to always know how to perfectly, support a situation. We get lost too. Situations throw us for a loop as well. We just people. But the point is to have a spiritual connection that is strong. And that will help us to navigate those times where you, quote unquote, don't feel happy. Ladies, you ain't got to feel happy all the time. I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want to do. I don't know how you trying to feel every day. I don't know how you trying to feel every day. How you trying to feel every day? Huh? He is not, it's not cloud nine every day. I don't know what to tell you. And it ain't got, listen, and it's a difference. And I done said it before. I know I gotta go on break, but I have said this before. There is a difference between what you go through together and what somebody done put you through. If your husband is not putting you through stuff, then you just going through things together. What you mad at him for? Huh? When you supposed to be going through and facing life and the ups and downs and stuff like that together. Y'all supposed to be on the same side. You supposed to be on the same team. So if life is happening and it's up and down, challenges and things of that nature, why are you getting mad with him about the challenges of life? And you may not like how he responds to everything and stuff like that, but that's really neither here nor there. You ain't gotta like everything, every decision he make. You really don't got to. That's not a requirement. That's not a requirement either. So there is a stark difference between what you going through together, going through things, whatever. It could be anything. And then the stuff that folks is putting you through. Now putting somebody through something is different. That's different. Because we don't got to have these problems. We having these problems directly because of you. These is not just life happenings. This is you. Let me go on this commercial break. After these messages, we'll be right back. Because I need everybody to go to ashkicking.com. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. ashkicking.com. If you are looking to have your skin looking and feeling and smelling its absolute best, look no further than Ash Kicking. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. The body butter is some of the best in the market. If this is going to be your first order, please take advantage of the 10% discount using the promo code Crimson. Once again, that link is ashkicking.com and it is pinned to the top of the chat. I don't know how many likes I need, but I owe you guys a bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. You got to go ahead and hit the like button. Let me get to these comments and super chats. Thank you, Miss Lucasey, for your super sticker. Thank you so much, Ezekiel, for gifting memberships. For those of you who received those memberships, please put Ezekiel in the chat and please maintain the memberships if you can. Thank you, Phineas, and women that I run into want to be a dictator in a partnership. For the tip jar, thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Mia, for your super sticker. Hey, Miss C. So my constant reminder is I will stand before God and answer for myself alone. I made a vow to serve God first, and my goal is to be pleasing. I'll hold my peace with tears if necessary. Humility first. And there are so many women who think that that's crazy. But that is what we have to do at times. Thank you, Bernard. I said for the plate. Thank you. I appreciate you. And thank you, LaDiamond, for your super stick. I appreciate you as well. Appreciate you as well. All right. She sat up and said she had been with her husband for 15 years. And you couldn't get close with him? You know that wasn't nobody but Shaitan. Because a lot of times people stop doing the thing that made them close to begin with. Here is the trap of long marriages. And both men and women need to be mindful of the trap. The biggest quote unquote trap of the long marriage is routine and boredom. Routine and boredom. Getting into a routine. Okay? Getting into a routine with each other. I'm not saying that you should not be in a routine there, because there needs to be some predictability and stability of the relationship. The predictability of the relationship lends to its stability, being able to sort of accurately understand how your partner think and move, what is coming, you know what I'm saying, from day to day and things of that nature. I'm not saying that that is some kind of bad thing. It's a natural thing. It is not to be avoided, certainly. However, the reason why I say that is because the routine can lead to complacency. And complacency can be dangerous. How? How can complacency be dangerous? Because what complacency does is it make you feel like the other person ain't going nowhere, so I can do whatever. That's the danger of complacency. Complacency is this other person is not going nowhere. We so locked in that I can just do whatever. Whatever means I don't have to put in any effort anymore to make sure that my wife see me a certain way, or to make sure that my husband sees me a certain way or view me a certain way. What we start doing is making withdrawals, but not deposits. And we know that with any account, if you make too many withdrawals and not enough deposits, you end up with an overdraft. The account become problematic because you are withdrawing too many things and not depositing anything. It can show up in a number of ways. See, when I say it's the small stuff that chip, I'm not playing. It's something so small as I am so accustomed to my wife or husband coming through for me that I don't even say thank you. My wife always cook clean. I always have a hot dinner to come home to, a clean, peaceful home to come to. I stopped after about 2 years or so because she should be doing these things and I'm so used to it. I don't even stop to say thank you. I don't even stop to appreciate verbally. Baby, thank you. The same with women. My husband come through so much. He's so stable. He's so consistent with the way that he, you know what I'm saying, leads the household and the way that he take care of us, that I don't say thank you. Just you'll laugh about it. Oh, that shouldn't it do? It matter. It matter. Because people want to feel appreciated all the time. It don't matter if they quote unquote doing what they supposed to do. That is irrelevant. It doesn't matter if that's the thing that they're supposed to do. The reason why it is important to acknowledge what the other person is doing, even if you thinking to yourself, well, that's what they're supposed to do, because acknowledging positively the thing that they're supposed to be doing and reinforcing that thing is necessary, because if they stop doing it, you gonna say something. You gonna be mad about it. Let her stop making them dinners and start ordering Uber Eats all the time and see, don't you get mad. You're going to be trying to figure out what's going on. Let him not lead the household. Stop paying bills so consistently and stuff start getting behind and light bills start getting back. Let him do it. And see, don't you start questioning, trying to figure out, well, what's going on? So if you can run your mouth, when your spouse is not doing what you want them to do, then you can acknowledge them positively when they're doing the thing that you want them to do. I don't care if that's the thing that they quote unquote supposed to do and that's a part of their duty. I do not care. Work is work. If you got 2-3 kids and all that kind of stuff, and your wife really holding it down and she really doing what she's supposed to do, and them kids is being raised the way you want them kids to be raised, it's a full-time job. She do not get to clock out or be sick. And if she doing it well, some acknowledgement. Ladies, work is work. It don't matter if, he always, pull these shifts and stuff like that. So he's still tired. Do not stop doing the so-called little things. If you was consistent at some point with, running his bath water or making sure he was comfortable when he got home and things of that nature, don't stop doing it. Even if there is a lull, think back how long it's been since I did that and start back doing it. Do not allow these little things, these so-called little things, to drop off and then you just leave them like that. Because if you do that, that same affection, that same emotional bond, it will begin to decrease. Once the emotional bond starts decreasing, that is when Shaitan come to either the man or the woman. And in this case, I'm talking to the women. Shaitan will come to you and start whispering to you about how your husband don't love you. And how, you see how he don't really pay attention to you no more. And he don't do the stuff that he used to do. You know what I'm saying? When y'all was dating, remember that? And he probably got another woman. And if he ain't got another woman, then it's you. You know what I'm saying? You got a problem. You the problem. He don't like you no more. Look at your hair. You gained 10, 15 pounds. You ugly now. He don't like you no more. All of this type of stuff you cannot allow. Get your spiritual self together. Read your Bible together. Read your Quran together. Have discussions. Don't just ignore each other. You become two ships in the night after long marriages. You so used to each other. That's what adding the spark back do. Because when you put the spark back in other things, the spark will play out in the bedroom. So some people be focused on the bedroom when the spark go out, and maybe they're not having sex as much, or the sex is not as fulfilling as it used to be. It's not as hot as it used to be, and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? She doing the same. She throwing it back the same old way she used to, and his stroke the same old stroke. That's gonna happen. You the same people. How do you keep the spark in the bedroom? You replenish the spark in other parts of your relationship. It'll come out in the bedroom. Because the reason why you were so hot in the bedroom was because you were so connected in other ways. That's why you were so hot in the bedroom. It wasn't a stroke. It wasn't the way she was throwing it back. Y'all been doing that for the last 15 years to each other. It's not that. You're not tired of it. Yeah, it's the same old sex. That the only reason y'all feel like that is because the bond and the connection is being lost in other parts of the relationship. Intimacy is not just sex. The way to maintain intimacy and that connection in your marriage is to maintain fresh eyes in a long marriage. Because 9 times out of 10, y'all the same people. Because for as much as we like to say, oh, women change all the time, no, we don't. Not really. We the same people. How do you do that? You spend the time together. That the non-sexual time, that non-sexual time is vital. It's vital to the marriage. Don't get so caught up in your work. Don't get so caught up in, you know what I'm saying, I'm chasing the bag, I'm so busy, do not get so caught up in that you lose sight of your husband. You lose sight of your wife. Do not lose sight of them. Oh, they'll be there. That's where the complacency is. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. They'll be there. Will they? And even if they're there physically, they're not there mentally and they're not there emotionally. So what's the point? Sometimes it's not always the quantity of time, but the quality of it. Take a walk together. Go to the gym together. Read some type of article together. Take some time to talk. This is how people be talking about we grew apart. You grow apart because you're not even paying attention to each other no more. So you're not aware of all of the various different changes that a person may or may not be experiencing, their growth, spiritual growth, or whatever. You don't know that because you ain't even talking to each other. You don't care. Just long as the person is there and, this, that. Listen, intimacy happens in a lot of different ways. Don't be so annoyed that your wife want to run errands with you. That's time together. She trying to either maintain intimacy or rekindle it with you. It don't matter to her that you are going to get the brakes changed on the car. So she don't know nothing about brakes. So she just trying to ride with you because she know it take 30 minutes to get to the mechanic. It may annoy you sometime, but be that as it may. Yeah, play you some games together. It can be literally anything. Going to the gym together. You know what I'm saying? The time that it take you to I don't even really care what it is. It don't even matter what it is. I'm telling you, it don't matter. It don't even matter. If you got a lawn or a garden or something like that, she wanna lay the little, paving stones down too. So those are bonding times. That's bonding. That's bonding. Ladies, touch your husband. Just go touch him. When he look at you, smile at him. Because I guarantee you the annoyance that you've been thinking about, oh, he didn't do this, oh, is this, that, just, you have to actually consciously ignore that. You have to. Look at your husband and don't give him a frown. Give him a smile. Walk over to him, kiss him on the cheek or something. Be playful with each other. Be playful with each other. Play with each other. Make jokes with each other. Make him laugh. It's so many different ways to maintain your marriage. We always talk about how to break it, but I don't even think that people really understand what breaks marriages. What changes? Those are usually the changes. The small, subtle change that you couldn't see. And then we get blindsided by how much in disrepair this marriage is. We don't even know how it got to that point. Hey, Chano. So the smile be so suspicious because there's always the subconscious thought of her wanting something in exchange for kindness. Sometimes we do want something, and sometimes we don't. This is why I'm talking to women about making certain things a more of a habit. Sometimes what I want, it don't have nothing to do with money or him spending nothing or him doing nothing out of his way. Sometimes I smile at my husband because I want him to smile. Sometimes his brow is knitted too heavy and I think something is heavy on his mind. So when he looks at me and I smile at him, I want him to smile. That's what I want him to give me. If you got a woman that you're so suspicious about her kindness and to the point where you know there's an ulterior motive to her kindness, that's a whole different conversation. If you're dealing with a woman that is only kind to you to get something material out of you, but she's mean every other time unless she wants something, that's a completely different conversation you got to now have. Because you gotta know that was who she was at some point. Because that's a form of manipulation at that point. I'm only nice to you because I want something material usually. The problem of suspicion, he said, I'm single, speaking for men who aren't used to seeing the smile within the context of femininity. That might be something different. And you still would have to try to figure out, is this person even worth spending any energy with? Because smiling at a man you like is a low level of femininity. That's like basic. Hyenas do that. If she can't even muster that up without an ulterior motive, thank you, Sister Beshua said, my husband and I are Eagles fans. Watching the game, although we lost yesterday, is a form of intimacy. Exactly. You're going to bond over that. Y'all going to be mad together or happy together. You're going to be mad at the referee together. Okay. Happy about that touchdown together. Okay. And mad at that 5-yard penalty together. That is bonding. That is intimacy now. That is intimacy. And thank you once again, sis. Said my husband is into martial arts and I'm into gardening. We take the time to learn about our interests. Also, back rubs and hugs are appreciated. These are all forms of intimacy. It's not rocket science. Thank you so much. Girl, listen, when I say talking crazy together, when I say talking crazy together, me and my husband was watching something the other week. The other week we were watching a fight or something like that. And I had him dying about them fighting. See, just because I want to hear him laugh. That's what I want. I want to hear him laughing. It do my heart some good. It do my heart good to hear him belly laugh, because my husband got a loud laugh. It's real distinctive. If I heard a whole bunch of people laughing and he was in the middle of it, I could go right to him and be like, that's him. And I like to hear it. But before we get out of here, I want to draw y'all attention again to Black Community Speak, which is a forum-based website where we can go to have our say on topics that are relevant to us. Here we go to get a better understanding of it.
Friends and family, I would like you to check out blackcommunityspeak.com. Now, blackcommunityspeak.com is a forum-based website, so something that's very simple, where you can get on, you can get off, get involved with a lot of topics. Now, Black Community Speaks is a place that's for Black men and women to talk about issues that's affecting the entire community. So on blackcommunityspeak.com, they talk about topics in the range of news, what's going on in society, relationships, technology, business, food and recipes, gaming, health and fitness, music, and many, many more. On Black Community Speak, it's a place where you can be safe to say what you want to say without the fear of big tech censorship. So make sure you head on over to blackcommunityspeak.com and sign up today.
The link to that is at the top of the chat if you want to go ahead and check out Black Community Speak Forum. Please feel free to do so. Make a post, join a conversation. With that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I want everyone to jump down into the comments. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonite.